and welcome to today's video. Today, we will look at rhetorical context, focusing on how we can critically analyze the context of an artifact in order to get more information about what we are looking at. To do this, we will use Stasis Theory to see how following a set of questions can help us see what is going on in a space. So, what does stasis mean? At its most basic form, stasis means a stopping or halting of something or someone. To be in stasis means to be stuck somehow. Stasis theory, then, looks at moments where we are stuck or halted when it comes to an issue. This theory originally comes from Hermagoras, a Greek philosopher. It was taken up in law, with lawyers asking questions to determine facts about a case. For our purposes, we will focus on stasis theory as allowing us to look at the rhetorical context of a situation. Stasis theory focuses on asking 4 questions about a topic in order to see what context is surrounding it. The questions are: 1. What is happening? 2. How can we define what we're looking at? 3. Is it hurtful or not? And 4. Is there something that should be done about this? These questions can be mapped to different information and values, which are fact, definition, emotion, and action. Imagine you have seen this image as a poster in your neighborhood, and you want to analyze it rhetorically. Using stasis theory, we can examine the rhetorical context of the image to see where we want to focus our discussion. We will now answer the 4 questions outlined earlier. What is happening here? In 2020, America was swept up in Black Lives Matter protests that were sparked in response to George Floyd's death. This is a fact. This cannot be disputed, as we are responding to things that happened in reality. We can see how this image is responding to that fact. Thus, our first question is answered. How can we define what we're looking at? Well, we are looking at a poster that was created to support the Black Lives Matter movement after the death of George Floyd. From the language used, we can assume that the person who made this poster supports the movement, as the words "no justice, no peace" have been used at some of the marches. What you should think to yourself now is, what do we think the purpose of the poster is? This is a question you should put to the side and return to later as you think about your rhetorical analysis. Moving on to question 3, is it hurtful or not? This is the moment where your own positionality comes into play. Do you think this poster is harmful? If so, why? How is it contributing to the context of the Black Lives Matter movement? These questions can only be answered by you, the researcher. You should jot down your emotions here, but make a note to see how you can bolster these emotions with other research when it comes to writing your analysis. Finally, is there something that should be done about this? When we look at an artifact using stasis theory, we are not asking if something should be done about the artifact itself. The artifact, in this case of poster, is merely a visual representation of a larger context. So, this question is asking you if something should be done about the context of the topic. In this case, that would be the Black Lives Matter movement. What do you think should be done? What can be done? How will you bolster your opinion with research that can lead to action? Once you have successfully analyzed the rhetorical context of a topic or artifact, you will see how the context, and your positionality in and related to that context, shape your analysis moving forward. When making rhetorical choices or arguments, situating your thoughts in the context of the situation is key. Without this important step, you will be missing a key component of situating your writing in a larger context. With any well-thought-out rhetorical analysis, you should always be thinking about what it is you are trying to contribute to a situation or previous argument. By understanding where a topic has been, you can move to discussing what you want your analysis to do for the future. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.